Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning guys. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back everyone. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. What's going on Zoom guys? Welcome back. Good morning everyone. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Goldie with a squeeze higher again, which again was not expecting to see. Goldie's just been non-stop squeezing. Non-stop squeezing. We will break it all down here in a second as well. I'll just let everyone join in. Let me just quickly have a look at the news so far. So we got we got GDP today for the US dollar around 12:30 London time. GDP 12:30 London time today, guys. Let me just turn this down a little bit. You guys on YouTube, let me know if the audio is all good. If the music is too loud, I can turn it down. Morning Zoom guys, let me make sure everyone's in. Time is it coming up to 7 AM London time. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. Goldie's been on a pretty interesting week. It's interesting to say the least. Just want to let you know I got my first payout with Apex, first of May to come if I stay patient. Well done, man. Well done. Second person this week to get a payout. One of the guys in the community also got a payout with Apex this week, which is fantastic. So well done, man. Well done. Keep it going. Keep it consistent. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. So let's have a look here, guys. Let's have a look. We have seen gold squeeze higher again. Goldie's squeezing back higher. Gold's been just non-stop squeezing at the minute. Which, if we look at this daily time frame, it's honestly insane. Let me just get rid of all these alerts for a second. It's crazy to see gold squeezing up so much without liquidating any of these lows. Like, look at this. I don't know if I can find you the last time this happened. After a big push down, you crept up with equal lows. Where is it? I honestly can't see a time. I want to see a time to show you guys what would typically happen after it. Hey, Chow, what's going on, man? Push down. I can't see any, unless I'm missing any. Can't really see any times we've had as many equal daily lows. Even in this horrible range in Vietnam, you didn't even have it. But that just goes to show how rare it is. But you know, like I said to you guys, if gold's ever gonna have a big move up or down, you're always gonna come up and grab the highs and lows. But you still haven't grabbed any of these lows. Like, you literally haven't grabbed any of these lows on gold. And this is why you could be building up so much liquidity before the news today. So I still like gold sells, guys. I still like gold sells. I don't like gold buys. You buy gold, you're buying gold right into daily resistance. So if anything, where we are right now is a good area to see if we can get short from. Now, does that mean we can't squeeze up a little bit higher, maybe grab some highs first? Of course we can. That's definitely possible. But let's look at where we're actually at. This is a massive level of resistance. So could this just be one last squeeze higher before we do finally see that drop down? Yeah, possibly. Kind of got like trend lines coming up here as well. You got all the daily lows. To me, gold needs to come back down and retest 3,000. What a week so far. Currently, happy with my minus 30. Yeah, to be honest, man, minus 30 this week is good. I'm about on my top step. I'm about minus 500 this week. So we can swap if you want to, man. We can swap. Thoughts on BTC? We'll have a look at Bitcoin, man. Absolutely. So, could we squeeze up and maybe grab the previous 4-hour highs one more time? Yep, definitely. But with the previous 4-hour closing bullish, previous hourly closing doji, I think that would make the most logical sense. So is there a possibility for look for pre-London buys up for about 50 ticks before sells? Yeah, I think so. I think the previous 4-hour highs are nice. This is what was so tough to short gold yesterday, so you never grabbed any of these 4-hour highs. These were all equal 4-hour highs, so these needed to be grabbed, you know. These needed to be grabbed if we were going to see this push down. So you come all the way up, you grab these highs, which is good. Now we could maybe come back up and re-grab these highs one more time before we see this big sell-off. So could we get an could we get an intraday opportunity to buy up into that? Yes, possibly. Oh, this is quite nice. Look at this. Close nice and bearish. Grab the lows, close bullish. That's pretty interesting. Anyone in that? Anyone get that? Yeah, that's interesting. How much are you up there? All based off the fact that you need to re-grab previous 4-hour highs. We're on about 40 ticks. Futures already hitting. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Let me see. Futures already hitting. Let's see. Alpha 43. Yeah, nice, man. Nice. Oh, yeah. Futures already hitting highs. Is that the trade you took, Chad? You take that previous 30-minute after it grabbed the lows and closed bullish? Yeah, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yeah, you got 50 ticks on the futures. Huge. Same trade. Nice. Good job, Mikey. Well done. You guys already got in that trade, which is very nice. Well done. The reason it's so nice is because you had the previous 4-hour highs. This was a beautiful bearish close. Look at this. Beautiful bearish close. This looks, to me, looks like it's going to rip down. However, once you grab the lows and then reclose bullish, like, oh, okay, cool. That's clearly a strong resistance level and a nice reversal sign. Grabbing the lows and engulfing the body bullish. Beautiful. Especially when you do actually have targets. Good job you guys getting that one. That's the thing, we may just we may squeeze up and grab these highs. That's the tough thing. The futures is already there. Futures is already there. But let's see. If we can get bottom wick and we haven't grabbed these highs, well, the currency still has room. So if the currency still has room, well, then futures can probably squeeze a little bit higher. But I like all of this area to hold for gold to have a decent push down. Look at the daily close yesterday. Very doji. very doji. You know, if we were to draw on, you know, like you guys saw us do on the retreat and you guys see us do on Zoom, like how would we picture this next day is going to close? Well, we'd picture it have a nice top wick and we'd picture it come down for all of these lows. Well, we did get the nice top wick, but guess what? We didn't grab any of the lows. We didn't even grab previous daily lows. The fact that we didn't even grab previous daily lows is huge. And what's interesting is we've only had the Asian session so far today. And look how bullish this candle's looking. At any point, if this candle flips bearish today, we're talking like a 200 plus tick trade. If it flips bearish. If it flips bearish, you're coming all the way back down for 3,000 one more time. Remember, it's the last day of the month as well. So, same as the weekly. Look at this. Even if this weekly doesn't drive, guess what? Next week could easily, which is also the monthly open, come down, liquidate previous week lows before potentially seeing that continuation higher. How is the monthly looking on gold? Still probably crazy bullish. Yeah, crazy bullish. Look at that. Non-stop bullish on Goldie. So, news today will be very interesting. Very interesting. So we'll see how we close around these highs, guys. If we're not already in longs, which I'm not in anything just yet, I want to see a breakout here. Breakout buys into previous 4-hour highs. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Someone said Bitcoin. Let's have a look. Also a rising wedge with a lowering volume. Nice. Good to hear, man. Hi, everybody. Hey, man. What's going on? Bitcoin. Let's have a look. You had a beautiful bounce from 80,000. 80,000 would have been a decent place for you guys who are trading Bitcoin to buy. You had this huge rejection, came down, filled in the wick, grabbed the lows and held the support. As soon as you see this weekly candle close, you know coming into next week, you got easy buys to at least that weekly high. Not too much just yet, Phil. Just have a look at Bitcoin, man, and we'll get back onto gold. Each waiting for this probably 15 and 30 minute close, man. So buys on Bitcoin around 80,000 and around this candle would have been nice. If you're not already in buys, this is a strong level to be wary of. 90,000, huge resistance. However, if you don't push from here and you start to pull back, there is a high chance that any pullback on gold will drive into 90. You kind of had a nice liquidity grab down here. Pretty decent trend line coming down here as well. Anyone who's looking to sell Bitcoin could potentially get squeezed, and you may see the squeeze higher. Let's have a look. XRP, other cryptos, absolute shit show. So yeah, we'll see how this see how these candles are going to close here on Goldie. 15 starting to throw pretty decent rejection. Makes sense. Any of you guys get any Asia trades? Anyone get any Asia trades today? Looks like Asia had a pretty decent push up, which I don't know if I would have caught because I wasn't really looking for longs. Look at where we tapped into on Goldie as well, guys. Look at where we tapped in before this sell-off today. Where did we tap into? Look at that. Came right up, tagged these highs, and a beautiful rejection. Beautiful rejection. Look at that. Such a nice grab of the highs. I think these are the highs we spoke about. Some of you guys maybe, I think it maybe is Cian here? Cian? Where's Cian? I think Cian spoke about these highs here. For gold to come and tap into these highs. Took us time, but you did end up coming all the way up into them highs as well, which is nice. Excuse me, guys. This is why it's kind of like, this was my final reversal point for gold to have this big sell-off. But, looking at this 4 hour, you have massively closed above 4 hour support, which is huge. It's the first time we've done this all week. Like gold has been very, very, very range bound this week. Very, very range bound. Tried to get in sales for Asia, never worked out. Hey, it's all good, man. As long as you manage risk, who cares? It's just a trade. Well done. You executed what you saw. Let's have a look, Mikey. You can send full links in the Zoom chat as well, Mikey. You don't have to send just go. You can send in the full link, and I can fire it up. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. No looking for sales day, so I didn't take a trade. But would you have taken this opportunity? That's a pretty decent fake out, isn't it? It's a pretty decent fake out. And you did have targets. Would I have held it all the way up into here? Probably not. But would I have held it into this level? Yeah, probably. It's a decent fake out. Although we were looking for sells, you could have actually shorted this here. But once it reclosed back bullish, yeah, you could have flipped the bias and taken a little scalp up. Because there's nothing to say that, you can't grab these highs before potential push lower. I don't want to say that just, because it's hindsight and it has happened. But that is a very decent fake out. I certainly wouldn't be selling after that. So if you had a reason to go long, you had some double tops. Would I have taken it? Maybe not. But is it valid? Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely valid, man. Yep. Hey, Jaden, what's going on, man? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Going to fill up the little espresso. 2 seconds. Excuse me. Let me just have a quick look at gold here, guys. Not bad 15-minute close there, guys. Pretty decent rejection though. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I got to make the boss an espresso as well. Alright, let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Anyone trading copper? Yeah, a lot of the guys in the community do trade it. I can break it down as well. I haven't really traded it in a while personally. We can absolutely break it down there. Let me just see. I'm just wondering if we're gonna get a wick fill here on Goldie for some buys. I think we might. I think there's a chance we can come up and fill in this wick and potentially come up into here as well. Which, if we can get buys from somewhere down below here, it's a 50 tick range, which is actually pretty nice. I would like to see some I would like to see some lows grabbed. If we start grabbing some lows, I want to see if we can get these buys and look for something like this. Let's have a look. Let's leave the little alert there for a second. Let's have a look at Goldie. Yeah, Cyan trades it. Cyan's there. Let's have a look. Look at the DAX. DAX with the sell-off. Let's have a look. Why did these? I swear these. Oh, it's gone now. Get rid of this. Just get rid of everything. Let's start again. Let's start again. So you squeezed. Did you hit all-time highs? Very, very close. Look at that. Copper has been nuts. Copper has been absolutely nuts. Look at this. Since here, just I'd buys from down here. It's insane. So massive rejection. You know, although you do have all-time high liquidity. Cool. Goldie come for the lows. Although you do have all-time high liquidity, this is still, you know, a massive, massive resistance level. Well, I would imagine a lot of people who have been riding this wave up will be looking to take profits here. So you could get a little bit of a pullback, which it looks like we've already done. You've already pulled back. You've come to fill in this little gap. You've hit daily lows. So could you still continue squeezing higher? I swear I have to get rid of these every day, guys. There you go. So, you know, what I want to be selling copper after it has been so bullish. Not really. So if I'm just wanting to look for longs on copper, then I think fake out buys above here look pretty nice. You can potentially come back up and fill in that 4-hour wick. Kind of similar to what I've been saying on gold. It's not to say you can't pull back, but it's to more so say it wouldn't really be my trade to, or my job, I should say, to try and short it. Sort of create a little potential inverse here if you can close above. You could start squeezing a little bit higher. Cool, Goldie. Goldie coming down for these lows here. I deleted it before that, so I beat you to it. Yeah, if you can get back above these levels, you could look for some longs. It's a massive rejection close to all-time highs, which is huge. What's that about? Like 5.38 on copper, all-time highs. Huge, huge, huge levels. Goldie coming down here, guys. Look at this 30 minute though. Let's see this. Although you got some liquidity on the 5 minute and the 15. I don't really want to see this 30 minute hold below this level. I want to see this 30 minute hold above for buys. Main difference between your live trading streams and your VIP community? The community has the whole entire strategy in there, man. Has the whole entire course. We do monthly mentoring sessions. You get market calls for every other session, not just on the London streams. Especially when I'm back home, we'll do some Asian streams as well. We get the pre-New York market calls. The end of day analysis / Asia market calls. There's no upselling of the course and strategy. The whole entire plan is in there as well, man. There's lots of psychology help in there as well. Whole trading floors to share other ideas with lots of good traders in there now who are funded, getting multiple payouts, etc. So lots of value in there, man. And these streams just show you guys what is inside the Traders Club actually works. So that's the reason we do these. Yeah, all-time highs in the currency. I saw that. What's up, Aaron? Looking extra cute today. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's what we like to hear. That's how I like to start my Thursday morning. Next month or so. Yep, sounds awesome, man. We'll have the next group mentoring session next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend. I'm flying back home tomorrow as well. So looking forward to getting back to business. Yeah, get the copper boy. Do some copper market calls. Absolutely. Excuse me, guys. I've got a bit of sore throat today. Yeah, get the copper boy on some copper market calls. I think Sean needs a YouTube channel called Copper Boy. Sounds like a good idea. But if you guys are new, just keep tuning into these free live streams. If you've been watching for a while, if you want to learn the plan a little bit more, cool. Just check out thetradersclub.com. You're more than welcome to join. Short gold now, yeah, nice. I'm just going to see how this 30 minutes going to close. I'm kind of grabbing some highs and grabbing some lows. If we start closing back above, I'm going to look for a bottom wick for a wick fill. Not to say your sells are wrong. Follow your plan, man. Don't follow my plan. Follow your plan. I want to see this 30 minute close. Let's get rid of this on copper. How's the DAX been looking for you guys who were trading DAX? I stopped watching DAX for a while. For no real reason other than just gold had been so good. I need to get back on the DAX. Daily looks like it's been pretty pretty tough though. You're bullish, grabbing highs, bearish. Sales today would probably be pretty decent to come down into these areas. Pretty overextended though. Pretty hard to short this, which has already been ripping down since what, yesterday? If I was going to be short in the DAX, would I be selling the DAX here? Not really, so it's kind of tough. Which makes me think you could get some potential bounces to come and retrace some of this move. Would this be the move that's going to push all the way down to here? I mean, maybe, but it's unlikely. I would expect you'd pull back a little bit first before then doing that, so you could take advantage of that if you start to grab some lows and break out. Oh, let's see, guys. It's going to be a make or break here in the next 30 seconds. If we close back below this level, the 30 minute won't be closing above. So let's see. This is a big make or break level here on gold. Along from 2036. Is that on the currency chart? Currency chart or futures chart, man? Let's have a look. Oh, I assume a future chart. 2036, yeah, beautiful. Viewing from down here, it's lovely. You got to squeeze up into these highs for about 80 ticks as well, man. All right, let's see. 30 close. 30 close on the futures was very nice. 30 close on the currency. Not as nice. Not as nice. Pretty decent rejection there on Goldie on the currency. If you guys look at the futures was like a pretty decent bullish break above. However, currency couldn't quite get above, which is a little bit tough. So if I'm going to be buying gold into this hourly close and into these 4-hour highs, what I would like to see is price come down, grab these lows, hold the support, and then cool, then I can buy it and then I can risk off this low. So I believe there's a high chance you're going to come down and grab these little 15-minute lows here. Look how many equal highs you have here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6. 6 equal highs here. Coming straight down for these lows here as well. How's the hourly? Grabbing previous hourly highs. It's a big level. You can kind of see, you know, you are at big resistance. But if you go look at the 4-hourly, you're also at massive support. So you're at massive 4-hour support, but hourly resistance. So you need to be very reactive. Very, very reactive. If you take sales and it doesn't work, you know, manage aggressively. And you take buys, it doesn't work, manage aggressively. Because you're at 4-hour support and hourly resistance. Yeah, future's not liking this rejection up here. We got a decent entry, man. So you're pretty much, there you go. You got it from like, what do you say, 2036. Stops below that low. Looking for this to continue pushing up into here. Your entry's all the way down there, so you're chilling, man. You're chilling. If you come all the way back down to 2036 in the futures, you probably wouldn't want to be in anyway. So you're probably able to even even manage risk at that point. If it does come down and tag your break even, well, who cares? It was a good trade, man. It was a good trade. You got good targets, which is that previous 4-hour high. What did you hit? Highs of like what? 65-ish ticks, which is nice. I think if I was in from 2036 in the futures, just me personally, I would definitely be at break even. There'd be no reason to see this trade come all the way back down. If it comes back all the way back down to this area in the futures, there's a high chance you'll just continue pushing lower. I'd be very surprised to see any reason for it to come all the way back down to these areas before potentially going higher. So, as long as you've managed your risk, good trade, good management, let the markets do their thing, man. Yeah, I like the sales as well. That's my overall bias today is short. My overall bias today gold is short down to 3,000. Let me just fill up the water, guys. 2 seconds. The beautiful top step equity curve had a little dip. Not yesterday, the day before. Second biggest loss in a day, which is very unfortunate, about minus $700. After we've been in this beautiful run, took about minus 700 in a day, which is the second biggest loss since these funded accounts have been going. But in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. So if you guys want to buy the pullbacks here on my top step accounts, this is your opportunity, because we're about to hit all-time high soon. Or is this a break of structure to pull back and keep pushing lower? We'll see. We will see. I hope not, but we shall see. Yes, it's looking bearish. Yeah, it looks like a potential break of structure, pullback. And this is a make or break level right now. We're going to hold these levels and pull back, or we're going to break above. So get your bets in. What do we reckon? New all-time highs, or new lows? Liquidity at minus 1,000. Yeah, liquidity at minus 1,000. Yeah, some stops sitting below here. Overextended. No, what the hell? There's not more we like to see. Overextended. Due a big correction. Might be time to take a little payout on it soon, though, to be honest. Might be time to take a little payout. 3,000-4,000 or something. Overextended. That's not what we'd like to hear. That's some neutral analysis there. Equity curve is very overextended. 15 minutes starting to reject it, guys. If this starts to flip bullish, there's a high chance we'll fill in this wick, which could shape us up. If I want buys, though, I want buys back above here. 5-minute break above is fine as well, because you'll get a decent 15-minute rejection. What does the futures have for a wick fill? Because the futures is already looking very bullish. The futures has got about 20 ticks for a wick fill and 36 into the highs. Whereas the currency has double. It's been a while since we've seen it that out of sync. Currency up into these highs has 71 ticks. The futures only has about 30. Took half off. Stopped on the rest. Good trade, man. Good trade. Lovely trade. Good trade. Let's see. What time is it? 8:37. 7:37 London time. Still in a pre-London here. Five-minute trying to get back above. Although the futures, has grabbed a lot of the highs already. If the currency still has a lot of room to the upside, the futures should still follow suit anyway, so. May get long with this next 5-minute close, guys. What a stop's going to be? Stop's going to be below the 15 low, about 20. It's tough, because on the futures, it's less than a 1-to-1 risk to reward. This is a little bit tough. On the currency, it's way more. On the currency, you got a 1-to-2 to, 3.5. But on the futures, you're just about squeezing a 1-to-1. Futures just about squeezing a 1-to-1 is crazy. Let's see though, I may still give it a shot just to see if we can, if the currency comes up to these highs here, then the futures might squeeze above the current highs that it's created. So we'll just have to manage as the currency grabs these highs, regardless of where the futures is. As soon as the currency starts grabbing these highs, you would have to manage on the futures. So let's see. Looking to be a decent 5-minute close. It's been a while since the futures have been so out of sync. Not out of sync in terms of the price action. The price action is exactly the same, just more so the ranges. Oh wow, look at this push. Yeah, look at this Look at this 5 minute, guys. 5 minutes getting back above. Look at this 15. 15 is ripping the lows. You come close to these highs, you're gonna re-break these highs. 30 minutes is a high chance you're gonna fill in that previous 30-minute wick. If we get a decent bottom wick here, it has to be a decent bottom wick now. You can probably risk off previous 5 minute low and more so risk off if you close back below here. So stops will be somewhere around here. But let's see. I need a bottom wick here. If I buy it from here, it's not worth it, especially not in the futures. So let me see, guys. I'm not anything just yet. I want to see a decent bottom wick here, and I could take a retest entry. The tough thing is, the futures is literally 8 ticks from them highs. Very, very, very tough. Whereas the currency from here to here, you guys are maybe trading FX. You got 20 ticks. 20 ticks break even point. That's good. That's your first. This is your break even point. Here is your target. But if my break even point on the futures is 8 ticks, it's very tough. If it's 20, that's fine. Oh yeah, nice. I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's looking good. Looking good. Futures making us very tough here. Very, very tough. Not on any buys just yet, guys. I'll tell you guys when I do get in. If you close back below, to be honest, even this area you can manage. I say if you close back below here, you can manage. Yeah, is that a signal, Sean? Is that a signal? This is a pretty valid trade here, guys. If you do want to, I'm personally not going to take it. I just don't really like the risk reward in the futures. This is a very valid trade. You come down for the bottom wick, you're reflipping back bullish. The futures just doesn't make sense to me. If I was on my currency, you know, I would take a stab, but here in the futures, it doesn't make any sense. Give me 2 secs, guys. So trying to squeeze up a little bit high here, guys. Futures is already at the highs as well. So if you were, you know, in the futures, what, you hit maybe like 8 ticks. I'll draw up on the futures just to see. Because as soon as the currency grabs the highs, regardless of where the futures is, you would have to manage. And as soon as the currency hits these highs, you would have to manage the futures. Yeah, on the currency, good man. Nice, good man. I will explain it as if I was actually in this, how I would manage as well. So If you guys are in this, if you're trading like on a currency account or on a currency fund account, I will break it down to you guys how you would actually manage. So you've got decent 5-minute close there, decent 15-minute close. Look at that 15 close, look at that. Beautiful 15 close. Rip the lows, close bullish. Oh, so no, I think this is going to be the push that comes to these 4-hour highs. It's just so tough for me to buy here when the futures is like basically there. If you guys are in this, like I say, I will explain it how I would manage. And the futures is basically already at the 4-hour highs as well, which is very, very, very tough. Very tough. You guys on YouTube, 24 likes, 123 people in here. Drop a little like for the stream. Get that algorithm pumping. You got a 5-minute fake out, 15 and 30-minute support, 30-minute liquidity grab, which was here, and 4-hour highs as targets. Sorry, not 30-minute liquidity grab, 30-minute wick fill with a 15-minute liquidity grab of the previous 15 lows. Remember I said, you guys, I believe gold's going to come down and grab the lows before potentially seeing this push. Came down, wicked out the 15-minute lows, held the support and started to squeeze. If I was in this, would I be managing my risk? Not yet. You haven't grabbed the highs. I'd be happy to hold this trade open. Stops would be somewhere around here. Hard stop would be if you start closing back below here. So if you close back below here, that'd be my exit, but my hard stop would be here. Just keep me safe. Sorry, mental stop here. Like I say, I will break this down as if I'm actually in this with you guys as well. But I personally wouldn't be break even here. Look at that 15-minute close. Rip the lows, close bullish. 30 minutes, still got previous 30-minute highs to come and grab. No reason to manage this too aggressively. We got London open in about 13 minutes as well. Look at that 15, beautiful. Rip the lows, very nice. We in the same bias. Nice, good man, good man. Trade spawn system trend lines. Nice, 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 nice. $41 likes. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Smashing through the highs, guys. Now, so if you are in this trade, cool. Now you can go to break even. You're grabbing the first liquidity target, which is previous 30-minute highs. Your actual target is going to be up here, but let's see how we react here. If you're on the currency, you'll run up about 25 ticks. 25 ticks. Which what have you got on the futures? What have you got on the futures? 29. Wow. What a push. What a push. Futures is already ripping all them highs as well. Ooh, look at this though. Grabbing previous 30 highs. To be fair, rejection from here, I believe a lot of people will be short and stops above here. However, I would definitely be break even. But any rejection from here, I believe most people will be trying to short here, guys. So there's a high chance you could squeeze a little bit higher. But break even there is very logical. To me, break even there makes a lot of sense. You're grabbing previous 30-minute highs. Look at the naked chart for a second. You're grabbing previous 30-minute highs after the previous 30-minute had a massive rejection. So That's telling us there's big resistance there. So regardless of if we want gold to continue pushing up, it's a strong level where you should manage your trade. What did the from the 5-minute flip on the futures, you actually did squeeze 32 ticks, which is kind of annoying. It was just kind of so hard for me to buy that when it was already at the highs. To me, guys, this is a retail trap. I believe most people will be doing this. Most people shorting here, stops above these highs, so there's a high chance you're going to squeeze these highs a little bit more. So if you guys are in the buys, personally, I'd be very comfortable holding this trade. Although it was hard to catch on the futures, guys, if once this does play out, I will still break it down for you guys because it's very, very important. Probably one of the nicest pushes we've seen in London all week, to be honest. Retail's getting a bit scared here. Getting a bit scared of their shorts. Loading up more shorts, more rejections from here would be good. And you were risking like what, maybe sub 10 ticks on this trade? Yeah, about 10 ticks you're risking if you start closing back below probably this area, so 10 to 13 ticks maybe. I'm mega scared. Yeah, see, Chow's scared. That's a good sign to keep buying here, guys. Caught 40 ticks on the flip of the 15 on my new Express first trade. Amazing, Jaden. Well done, man. 40 ticks on the new Express fund account is amazing, man. Well done. That's $400. $400 in a couple of minutes. US dollars. Well done, man. Beautiful work. You're getting squeezed high here, guys. Up about 250 ticks this month on copper. Wow. That's fucking incredible. Squeezing the highs here, guys. You are squeezing the highs. That's incredible. 250 ticks on copper. Wow. I might start trading copper again. That's amazing, man. Well done. You get my first payout this week. Let's go, Dan. Good shit. You can finally stop eating tuna. Yeah, treat yourself. Treat yourself to a nice steak tonight, man. Good job. First payout this week's incredible, man. Amazing work. Good job on the payout. That's incredible. So you got down with the first payout this week. You guys on YouTube. This is inside the Traders Club. We got Sean up 250 ticks on copper this month. We got Jaden smashing 40 ticks on his new Express funded account. We got down with the payout as well. Absolutely incredible. So Goldie hitting highs there, guys. If that is an area where you do want to TP, not a bad place to do so. That's the first real target. If you can squeeze up high, great. But that is the first level where people who would have been short in here are getting squeezed out. If you go look at the 4 hour now, though, look at this. 4 hours holding the level, squeezing back higher. This is why I said it was kind of tough for me to short. So you guys got it on the currency, well done. Up $900 on my Top Step account. Amazing, man, well done. More people up on the day, absolutely crushing it. If I was in this, guys, I'd be happy with locking that in there personally. Very, very, very nice play. If you guys got it, well done. Very, very, very nice push. Very, very nice push. Yeah, there's a high chance if you can get runners on this, hold the runs into previous 4 hour highs. There's a high chance you're going to grab this. How come it keeps pushing up non-stop? It's just a 4 hour support, man. Simple. 4 hour close bullish. You retest your level of support. You got previous 4 hour liquidity. There's no reason to think on the higher time frame it needs to go down yet. I also believe gold can have a squeeze lower. But what I believe and what are going to happen are two very different things. I only react off what I'm going to believe once the markets tell me that that's correct to do so. And that's a break back puller here on the higher time frame. Up $900. Cheers, bro. Good shit, chow. Well done, man. $900 is amazing. Close to full. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Bedtime? What do you mean? It's not even 8 a.m. London time. It's not even London Open. It's not even London Open and everyone's done for the day. Absolutely amazing push, guys. Well done. Well done. I kind of question why I didn't get on my top step, but there we are. Future's got 50 ticks. Amazing. Nice, trade on my stop. Yeah, good job. You guys on YouTube, drop a little like for the stream. Just called that trade perfectly. Whether you guys got it or you watched it play out, there's still a shit ton of value in just watching this happen. Talking through the entire position, where the 30 needed to bottom wick into, where the 15 minute needed to bottom wick into, where we manage to trade, where we take profit. Understand how much value there is in just watching someone break this down to that level of accuracy. Incredible value. Incredible value, sorry. Good England. Whether you took it, like I say, whether you took it or not, who cares? You show up to these streams, you keep learning how we take these trades. It's a matter of time before you take these on your own. This isn't a rare occasion. These trades happen all the time. Not necessarily all the time in the London session, but throughout every single day, these opportunities come. That's so harsh, yeah. That is so harsh. 4 hour support area. Well, just look at a naked chart here for a second. Let's clean everything off. Look at this. Here's the 4 hour chart. Look at these massive wicks. Huge wicks. You broke above, massively above this level, which on the currency is around 31.3-ish. You held it and pushed higher. There's a high chance you're going to keep squeezing higher here. So if you are in short, I'm not sure. I don't know why you're in shorts. If you're in shorts, accept the loss. There's a high chance you're going to fill in this 4 hour wick, which is all the way up here. That's why you got to be very neutral. If you took shorts, you know it didn't work. Who cares? Cut the shorts once you start breaking back above. Accept the loss. Flip the bias when you have targets. You'll make back your loss plus some. But what you don't want to do is just hold on to your losing trade for no reason. Just because you think something's going to happen. The markets unfortunately don't care about what we think. The markets are the markets. The markets are neutral. The markets just move up and down. Up 700 by Combine 2. Amazing, James. Well done, man. See if we can catch another one today. Hey, man, $700 in 1 day is incredible, man. Don't force it. If an opportunity comes, don't force it. But, you know, think about that if that was a funded account. $700 in 1 day is incredible. Absolutely incredible, man. Yeah, we just called this one. You guys on YouTube, can you scroll back on the stream? If not, I think I can change the settings so you can. You should be able to scroll back. Scroll back to about 7:35 London time. You can see the time down here. Oh no, you can't. Sorry. Let's scroll back to this price action. You can scroll back. Yeah, nice. Cool. Yeah. Done for the day. Yeah, amazing work, guys. You guys did got a good job. It's like a, what? 3.4 risk to reward. You're risking any closures back below here. So you're risking about 13 ticks to make about 30. I unfortunately didn't get it on my top step. However, we spoke about it perfectly. And we spoke about every single element of it as well. Where we need to tap into, where we would go break even, and where we would exit. And you get many people here on YouTube being able to call the markets like that. Get a lot of people here on YouTube who just talk about the trades, hide their screen, and then share it only once they take it. Not many people actually show up here, chuck on a risk to reward, and talk through the entire position from entry to management to exit. Yeah, look at that. Nice push to the guys in live stream. Amazing, man. Done for the day. This market's too much. Amazing. That's the thing with how the markets have been so far this week. Don't be afraid to lock in that trade, guys. Don't be afraid to lock in that trade. Got a few ticks now. Up $200 on my top step, $100 on Apex. PA, good work, Phil. Amazing work, man. Good job. Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. A lot of you guys did get the trade, which is amazing. Speak very true words. Easy to get blinded by numbers. Absolutely, man. That's it. If you took $700 on your funded account, $700 US in literally a day, man, that's huge. But sometimes when we're trading the combine, it's so easy to just trade the P&L and not the charts and think, oh, it's only $700. I need to make this much more to pass. But man, it's like $700 in a single day is absolutely incredible. Understand how powerful that actually is. And if you were on your funded account, you have to ask yourself, well, would I continue trading for the rest of the day? And if the answer is no, well, that's your question. You know, the combine shouldn't make a difference as to whether you should continue trading or not. I mean, that's not to say, you know, you can't keep trading after a winning trade, but don't feel like you need to, you know. You guys on YouTube, if you do want to check out the Traders Club, the Nightbot has just posted the link as well. It's awesome to have you guys come and tune in. Wait, what? Another gold streamer hasn't lost a trade on gold for months. The catch is, as long as the loss is under 10 ticks, he counts it as a break even. For what? Can I start doing that? You guys still watch me if I start doing that? Can I make up that it's like minus 20, I count as a break even? Yeah, there's nothing dodgy about it. It's just a straight up lie. So pre-London here, guys. You've only just got the London Open, and look at this move you've already seen here on gold. Look how beautiful this Audi was actually. Look at that. Came down, grabbed lows, held the support. Take that Audi flip, risking about 34 ticks. You're running like 70. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, definitely nothing dodgy about that. Yeah, who even is that? Pre-Asian market calls are worth the Traders Club admission alone. Love your work, bro. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. Remember, guys, we do have big US dollar news today as well. Big news. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. Goldie's still squeezing high here. Oh, copper squeezing higher as well. You guys are in the copper buys. Copper looks good to continue flipping. There's a high chance you're going to see gold come up for these 4-hour highs here. What do I do if I'm scared? Just start screaming into your pillow, man. We did that last time. If you're ever scared in trade, just grab your pillow and start screaming into it. That's how trading should be. Do I have profit targets for the month / week on my accounts? No, I don't set targets. I never set profit targets, man. Nah, never. I take what the markets give me. No, yeah, no, load up more. What you guys are giving? What do you mean close? Just, yeah, add more. What do you mean? If you're scared, just you're clearly not trading big enough size. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I never really set. Never really set targets, man. Yeah, buy more. Yeah, add. Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Retest, add. Yeah, retest, add more contracts, buy more. Close laptop and take a big. Yeah, buy more first and then do that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I don't set. I have tried to do it before. Like I've tried to set targets where I try and aim for a certain tick amount for the month or for the week. It just brings on too many expectations. Like if the markets were that easy, it'd be fantastic. If we could set goals and set how many ticks we need, if we hit it, we're done. But it's not that easy. You start going for gold. You end up forcing trades, revenge trading. It just becomes a vicious cycle, man. All right, I'm just gonna head to the toilet, guys. I'll be 2 minutes, and then I'll break down Goldie fresh, and then we'll see what we got for the rest of the day. I'll be 2 seconds here, guys. All right, guys. All right. Let's have a look. The amount of times I take bad trades because of the dollar figure is to passing a combine versus it being a good trade is real. Yeah, 100%. Honestly, the the hardest part of the combine is like when you're just about to pass. When you're just about to pass, you've had a great pass, like 1 to 2 months. Man, that's when it's the hardest part. But that's why I always say, it's always so important just to stay so neutral, and like you don't care if you're up this much on a combine or you're up this much on your funded account. Like you just trade. You will trade the best when you care less. I didn't mean to start rapping there, but you will trade less when you care less. And it's so true. The more you care about making money, and the more you care about trying to pass your combine as opposed to just trading completely neutral, the better of a trader you will become. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's just from experience. Gold, we're on a GCJ 225. Top step X will automatically roll it over for you as well. So gold, plan, continue squeezing 4-hour highs here, guys. There's a high chance you just keep squeezing higher. High chance you keep squeezing higher. How was that Nasdaq yesterday? I think Nasdaq finally coming down for that weekly bottom wick. Yeah, look at that, look at that. Huge is that big resistance level on Nasdaq. You guys who are trading the stonks, this was the huge level, and you had no bottom wick on this week. So all this was just a little short-term pullback. Look at that. Look how logical that makes. Look how logical that looks now. So I think I said yesterday or potentially the day before that this would be an area where I wouldn't be buying Nasdaq because there's a gap up and there was no bottom wick on the weekly. Now, how often do you see Nasdaq close bullish with no bottom wick on the weekly? Let's see if we can find one. You still have a little one there. I can't see one. Oh, here. Back in June 23 was the last time Nasdaq closed bullish with no bottom wick. So if there's a extremely high chance that you could say 90% of weekly candles have bottom wicks. Well, if this weekly candle had no bottom wicks, it means it can be created at any point. So if anything, you want to be shorting into that gap and shorting into the bottom wick and shorting at a good area, which would have been right here. That's why you saw stonks have a little bit of a pullback yesterday as well. All these were just short-term pullbacks before, you could get some decent legs lower, which I still think is going to be some fantastic buying opportunities. Some very, very nice buying opportunities. But let's see how we react around the gaps. You're filling in a lot of gaps here as well. It's not to say now that you have created the bottom wick, you can't still squeeze higher. News will be the kind of main decider there. It's that little gap there. Did he just say fair value gap? Is Aaron now using fair value gaps after everything he said? Has Aaron just been exposed again? But no, this is just a market gap. No, I don't think ICT created market gaps, but just a little gap here. Come back down to fill in this. We'll see how we react to these levels as well, because you've got big resistance here, big support. Big fair value gap. How do you look for entry? I keep getting stopped out. We just did it, man. We just did it here. We just did it here, literally live. Just showed exactly how to enter the trade, what we would have wanted to see, where we would manage, and where we would exit. We just did this live here on stream, man. As well as on my channel, there is an extensive amount of trade breakdowns on there as well, of all trades we have taken on stream. If you keep getting stopped out, you have to make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. You're not trading the P&L. You need a system. You need a proven plan that works. If you jump on the charts every day and you're just trading completely randomly, well, guess what? You're going to get complete random results. How about the lows of 1430? Wait, what? 1430, which what chart are you looking at, man? What chart are you looking at? Getting into espresso since being here next week. Look at these little espresso cups. Very good. 1430, yeah, which chart are you referring to, man? Which chart? Which chart? The low before the bull flag, yeah, which chart? What, Nasdaq? Tempted to re-enter longs. I mean, it's looking nice, man. You came here, grabbed the lows, like from here to here, like that was pretty decent. There. $21 on the copper trade. Hey, it was a good trade, man. I would have taken that. Especially when you broke above, I would have held that trade, man. It's a good trade. You're still up more like 200 plus ticks on copper for the month, man. Great trade. No, I'm talking to a primer. Gold. Wait, what? 1430. I'm not sure what you mean, man. Gold's at 3,000. 1430. Wait, what? Wait, what? You mean? You must. I don't know if you're. I may be reading your question wrong, man, but I'm not sure what you mean. 1430. Gold's currently at 3,000. Shoot in a chart as well, man. Remember, you guys can send in charts. If you go copy link, and just copy the end part of the code, you guys can send in. Links. But 1430. I'm not too sure what you mean, man. 1430. That was years ago. That was down here. Wait, 230. Wait, am I being stupid here? At 230, what? 230, what? London time? Which time? I'm bloody confused. Either my espresso hasn't hit in yet, or you guys are trying to confuse me. How long did it take you to see some results money-wise, and how long did you really continue trading? You can go from 0 to, me anyway, could go from 0 to 2 to 3 years failing, and then from like 1 to 3 to 6 months completely changing. You go from constantly failing to, the amount of time you spend failing to the amount of time that you can actually start making money is crazy. Once things start to click more and you start to understand the markets, understand your plan, neglect the P&L and just trade the charts, you will change around a lot quicker than you actually think. You can go from 0 to 100 in trading very quick once you actually start getting consistent. But it will take you at least 1 to 2 plus years of failure first. But once you get over that, the actual window of you starting to make money will be way faster. 2:30 p.m. What? 2:30 p.m. yesterday? 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Down here? I don't know. I give up. I give up. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're using, man. Could still re-enter. Let's have a look. The only thing is, you are. I mean, yeah, hourly close bullish as well. 4 hour is at that big 4 hour support. I mean, if you start wicking back above, like here, definitely. However, here to here would be a kind of no trade range now for copper. You got a nice breakout, which is good. Even on the hourly, you got breakout on the hourly. You got a breakout on the 30 minute. You obviously got a breakout on the 15 minute. I think you had your stops too tight, man. You should have had. So you're in from like here. I think that's where you went wrong. Goldie just creeping higher here, guys. Creeping higher. That's what we see a lot of Goldie, is you get these pre-London moves, which is great. It actually moves well in our time zone for once. But London, London's been open for like 20 minutes. And you've already, pre-London, you've already pushed up, what, 80 ticks? So for the guys who are just trading London open, it'll be very tough. London's just open, man. People don't want to hear the truth. It takes 2 years. Everyone wants to be professional today. Absolutely, man. Like I say, I am not afraid to say that it took me 2+ years of constant failure before I made any money in trading. Anyone who says they did it in like a couple of months is lying. There's no way you can learn the struggles in trading in a couple of months. There's no way. You might learn the technical plan, But learning the technical, like it doesn't take 2 years to learn a good technical plan. It takes a long time to, you know, to get over all the struggles and the pain that comes from trading. Like it definitely won't take you guys 2 years to understand technicals. Like you could actually understand technicals fairly quick, but just understanding technicals isn't going to be enough to make you a consistently profitable trader. It's just not. It will give you, you know, a massive part of the edge, but then having good psychology, good execution, good risk management, these are things that come with time. Also learning for 2 years now, I finally start to see some results. Amazing, man, amazing. Been trading like a smackhead for 2 years. Something started to click at the beginning of this year. Good man, that's amazing, Phil. That's it. And it's not like, some people say to me like, what is it that clicks for you? And it's like, it wasn't really one thing that clicked for me. It's just kind of just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then get to a point of like, fuck, I can't keep making these stupid mistakes. Let me fix this. And eventually it does, yeah, it does just start to click a little bit more. For Top Step, can you run multiple tests at the same time? Like copy? Yeah, absolutely, man. You can copy trade as many combines as you want. I think it's like up to 10 combines, and you can have 5 express funded accounts at a time. I'm currently copying across 4 accounts, 4 50s. But in terms of funded, you can have a maximum of 5. 5 express funded accounts. One of the guys in the community passed 10 combines at one time. So we activated 5 and then kept the other 5 as a backup. Mark Trades in the house. Give it up for Mark Trades. Long time no see. If you guys don't know, Mark Trades is the one who got me into demo trading. Mark Trades is one of the OG demo traders. Mark Trades in the house. I think chart time is still underrated too. You can have the strat, but it takes time to execute while I'm still alone. Yeah, absolutely, man. Execution is key. Yeah, Mark's retired. Mark's set off into the sunset. Mark rug pulled us all. Mark back from the dead. Yeah, Mark's back from the dead in the YouTube chat. You guys on Zoom, Mark's in the YouTube chat. So you start the process. Yeah, you can copy funded accounts to combines as well. Like you could have 1 express funded account, so you might want to copy over like 4 combines as well if you want to. And then trade them all slowly. You can do the built-in trade copier on Top Step X as well. It's all good, man. Plenty more to come, man. We'll break it down at some point as well. Yeah, Mark's retired. Mark's set off into the sunset. Thanks, man. Appreciate the info. Yeah, of course, man. No worries. That's what I do on Top Step. I copy across 4 accounts. But what you want to do is you get consistent. If you're already passing accounts consistently, then great. Well done. You're on the right path. If you're not making money, there's no point copying accounts. But once you do get consistent, absolutely. If you guys want to check out Top Step, be sure to check out the link pinned to the top as well. Tomorrow, I will not be on, unfortunately, tomorrow, man. I am leaving. My flight leaves at 8 a.m. Milan time. My brain just like blanked for a second. So now, unfortunately, I won't be on tomorrow. But guess what? We'll be back to the full trading setup next week, which I'm looking forward to. Catch you next week. Thank you, Mikey. See you soon, man. Hamza in the house. What's going on, man? Appreciate you swinging by. Travel safe. Thank you, man. Yeah, full margin whilst I'm not here tomorrow, guys. Everything we've spoke about today and the trades we spoke about today and all the plan, just throw it all out the window. If I'm not here, well then you got an excuse to be full margin. And you can blame me. Aaron, you went on live stream, so I had no other choice but to go on tilt. It's all your fault. See you, copy trade. Yep. But then I seen somewhere someone was copying their combines. So I was thinking I should do the same time more accounts. Yeah, you can. That's how I did. I copied all my combines and then copied all the express funded accounts. Asian session probably potentially next week, man, depending on my jet lag. And guys, I'll be starting the London streams on Top Step channel soon. The 7th of April. I will be launching the London streams on the Top Step channel. So we'll do some pre-Londons. You guys on Zoom, nothing changes. You guys on YouTube, we're doing the pre-London sessions here, and then we'll fire it over to the Top Step channel. I'll be having my own London live stream. We'll be trading like this in front of all the Top Step viewers as well. So potentially Asian sessions next week. We'll see how we go when I'm back, jet lag, etc. No, she's still going. D starts from like 9 AM, I believe. So I'll be doing pre-London and London Open. So I will be off before then. Yep. It'll be my own show. So I'll probably do about like maybe 7 until 9 or 7 until 8:30 ish. So there's enough time of a gap for D to jump on the next one. Or we're doing the actual, pre-London, London Open. Goldie just kind of hovering around these highs, guys. Like I say, for anyone who just trades London Open, it's pretty difficult coming on the charts because you've already had this beautiful pre-London push. This was actually beautiful. You probably got break even actually. Like I say, this was actually a beautiful entry. Yeah, you would have got break even. Once that rejected, that would have got you break even. Accept the break even, get back in, drop down. If anyone has any questions, feel free to shoot. I got some spare time before I have to head out this morning. My last day here in Milan, so can enjoy some day. But if anyone wants me to look over some trades or you want me to look over some other markets, feel free to send it over and we can break it all down. If you guys have any questions about my Top Step accounts or anything like that, it's your guys' opportunity to shoot over the questions. No such thing as a stupid question here either. No such thing. Best time window in the London session? It depends, to be honest, man. I personally prefer pre-London. I can sometimes see moves coming in around like 6 AM until like 9 AM. You sometimes get some so London Open is at 8 AM London time, which was 27 minutes ago. But you get a lot of pre-London moves. Like even here, 5 AM, you've had a decent move down here. What's this? 5 AM London, you've had a 70 tick push down. What's this? 6:45 London time, you've had almost 100 tick push back high before the London's even opened. So I find pre-London very good. I find pre-London very, very nice. I don't really trade that much after the London Open. Sometimes I do, but I kind of find it can sometimes go a little bit quieter between it depends on pre-London. Like if pre-London's had a big move, London Open might get a little bit quiet like today. Like pre-London, you've already had a 100 tick move. So obviously London Open is going to be a little bit quieter. So it all depends. But I personally, if I had to pick one session, I would pick like a 2-hour window before and at the London Open. There's been so many times, even this week, I've jumped on and gold's already had like a massive move at like 6 AM. Like where was it here? This is 5:30 London time. At 5:30 London, although it did still have crazy volume, it's very rare. At 5:30 London time to about 7:30, you have 170 tick push up before London's even started. That's absolutely huge. 170 ticks on gold is a very, very big move. You take that one contract, it's 1,700. Like that's a big move. Opinion on ICT trading. I want to learn price action, but don't know where to start. It doesn't really matter too much about my opinion because everyone has their own opinion. So I'm still going to give you my opinion. But I think ICT is just analysis paralysis, to be honest, man. It's just analysis paralysis. It works for some people, that's great. If you want to learn price action, it's not going to teach you price action. It's going to teach you a lot of unnecessary, overcomplicated concepts. There's a lot of good traders who just trade pure price action. Like for me now, I pretty much just trade pure price action. ICT doesn't really trade like this as far as I'm aware anyway. I think he uses a lot more different, order blocks, fair value gaps, whatever the other names are. I don't really believe it's much of just price action. A good person to learn price action from is obviously either watching these streams or I believe he's still streaming. I used to watch Donvo in the New York session. Donvo, regardless of what people think of him, has a fantastic understanding of price action, especially on gold. I don't know if he streams him. I haven't seen him in a while, but he does have a great understanding of pure price action. He's not someone I learned from, but I used to watch his New York streams in the background, and yeah, he's a very, very good understanding of it. Go on then. Oh yeah. How do I look for a good entry? I need clear targets. That's the biggest thing. I need clear targets. I need to know where I'm trading into. I need a liquidity gap for entry and a breakout. That's it. So for today's trade, first step is clear targets. Number one. Number two, why these targets? Previous 4-hour highs. Liquidity level where people are shorting here, stops are above these highs. This is what we spoke about before we even took the trade. I said most people will be shorting here, stops above these highs. So we've got targets. We have hourly liquidity grab for entry. We have 15-minute liquidity grab for entry, which I also said before taking the trade. I want price to come down, grab these lows. And the breakout is here, and buying into the breakout here. That's it. That's literally it. That's all you need. And you don't even have to draw on all this stuff. I draw on all this stuff just to show you guys what I'm looking at. But I could literally look at this and not have to draw on anything and know where price needs to go from here. Without even needing to draw on, I can see prices grab the lows. I can see we've grabbed the lows here broken out. I can see we have 2 equal highs here. I can see we have a resistance here where most people are trying to short, stops above here. I can know that this is a previous 4-hour high. I draw on a lot of this just to show you guys what I'm actually doing. Or I could sit here and trade a naked chart because I understand my plan and gold so well. But that's all I really need. I need clear targets, liquidity grab for entry, and a breakout, and volume. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Obviously, I go into much more depth of it inside the Traders Club, but that's an overview of the plan. There's different forms of liquidity. You've got liquidity for continuation trades, you've got trendline liquidity, you've got support and resistance liquidity. This one today was a bit of both. You had support liquidity and continuation liquidity. So there's different entry types, but it all follows the same basic principles. Gold squeezing down a little bit lower here, guys. Don't be too phased. Look at the 4-hour. You still haven't grabbed previous 4-hour highs, so you may get bottom wick on the next 4-hour and then come and target these highs. Anyone have any more questions before we wrap up? 50k combine is on minus 1.4 drawdown. Rebuilt was on the 4th. What do you recommend I do with my sizing and stuff? Full margin. If it's gonna if it's gonna roll over anyway, man, either cancel it and just start a new one, or just trade big size and see if you can pass it, or see if you can at least get it back to break even, because it's gonna roll over anyway. I think there was one time, I think it was Nate in the community, without even realizing, it was Nate, I'm not sure if it was. There was someone in the community who was like, without even realizing, it was like they kept rolling over when they were in drawdown. It was like you're paying for account to start in drawdown, so you may as well just cancel it and start a new one, or just full pause it. Yeah, Nate there. Yeah. And it's easy to do without even realizing, oh fuck, I've done it before as well. It's like if you're in drawdown, yeah, either cancel and start a new one or just full port it. Besides gold, what is else good for trading during London? Well, I personally just trade just gold, because it gives me multiple opportunities every single day. A lot of the guys are really enjoying copper. Copper's been moving pretty decent in London. The DAX moves well in London, but you can't trade on futures on Top Step anyway. And that's it, really. To be honest, I mean, you can, you guys who are coming from a forex background, if you like to trade Euro USD in the London session, well, you can still trade Euro futures. It's the exact same thing. 6E is Euro futures, or if you want to trade the pound, 6B, 6J for the yen, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, like any currency pairs that you guys do want to trade, you can look at these as well. A lot of guys do like trading every time. A lot of the guys do like trading currency pairs. If you move to futures, you don't have to neglect currency pairs. Euro futures is the exact same thing as Euro USD, just Euro dollar, exact same thing. Me personally, I just like goldie. I just like goldie. All right, guys, I'll wrap up there. I won't keep you guys any longer. We won't be live tomorrow because I'm traveling back to Australia. So I will be back again mid next week-ish. And then the following week, we'll be starting the live streams on Top Step as well. So you guys on Zoom, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Good call here today. Regardless of if you took it or not, it was more so about understanding the trade and the reasons behind it. And we'll break it down at some point here as well. So Zoom guys, I'll let you guys go for the rest of the day. Remember, we still got them previous 4-hour highs, but gold's dipping back down off there. Potential bottom wick on the next 4 hour, and you could continue buying, but we'll see what we get for the rest of the day. Zoom guys, I will see you guys probably over the weekend. We'll jump on another market call. I'll see you guys then. Cheers, Zoom guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, YouTube fam, gonna wrap up there. Great session today. Very nice gold buys. Hopefully you guys took some value from today's stream and learned something. We'll be back again live mid next week. Not tomorrow, mid next week. So I'll see you guys then. Trade safe on gold for the rest of the day. Got big news later on. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.